r/AskReddit is looking for moderators. What are some really weird subreddits?
/r/picture as if I'm sleeping. It's a sub where this guy used to post a picture every day of his roommate, Ian, sleeping. Then Ian moved out and the sub died, but Ian has made a few appearances throughout the years since then.
r/subreddit simulator. A subreddit consisting entirely of bots making posts, commenting on posts, and replying to each other's comments. Ranges from uncanny to nonsensical.
r/chairs underwater.
r/sewer is basically from another dimension, incomprehensible to the human mind.
r/realbees fake top hats. Like, why does this exist? r/dying to be fat. Self-explanatory.
/r/tendies. Basically a bunch of people role-playing morbidly obese, voluntarily celibate grown men that wear diapers and live in their mom's basement.
If you had to name this chapter of your life, what would you call it and why?
Chapter 16 Confused and Poor. Not all that glitters is gold. All quiet on the loving front. Or, to kill my mocking brain.
Nap injuries. Because when you get to middle age, everything starts to hurt a bit. You can even wake from a nap with a pulled muscle or headache.
Suddenly, back pain.
Thomas has seen enough bullshit. Chapter 5.
Stress and depression.
Anthony Bourdain once said, "There's a guy in my head, and all he wants to do is lay in bed all day long, smoke pot, and watch old movies and cartoons. My life is a series of stratagems, to avoid, and outwit that guy." Who is that guy for you, and what do you do to avoid him?
That guy's kicking my ass right now.
That guy's cousin lives in my head. I go to AA meetings to avoid and outwit him.
The guy who wants to go streaking during the Super Bowl halftime show. I avoid him by remembering that prison is not a pleasant place to be.
Bold of you to assume I avoid him.
Psychologists/therapists of Reddit, have you ever had a patient that you thought was a lost cause? If so, why?
Every single person that would not admit they had a problem. That kind of puts an end to any help you can give. That does not mean they will be a lost cause forever, but they are in that moment.
Men of Reddit, what were the consequences of sticking your dick in crazy?
We had a fight. We were then having make-up sex. She was giving me a blowjob and stopped, turned her head to the left and bit my inner thigh. 38 years later and I still have the scar.
Now trapped in a relationship with someone I work with. If we break up, she'd do something wild enough to get me or us both fired. Secretly seeking a better job elsewhere or transfer. I've learned my lesson. A terrible marriage, a long divorce, a couple mental breakdowns, sometime impatient, and losing half my money.
When is quantity more important than quality?
Funeral kazoos.
When you're buying hundreds of tiny rubber ninja men from a shady Chinese website that gave your computer 4 viruses.
When you need water to put out a fire.
Fried rice from that cheap Chinese place down the road.
Well, I'll take a box of old dirty quarters over a handful of shiny ones.
Points in sports events. It's not how, it's how many that matters.
Air. Trapped underwater, I'd rather have an unlimited supply of the worst China-class smog than 15 minutes of PGR, air.
What's that movie when the bad guys actually won?
Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
Blair Witch Project.
Say 7N.
No Country for Old Men.
Fallen with Denzel Washington.
Revenge of the Sith.
What is the most $1 has ever gotten you?
€1, not $1, but still, about 5,000 low-quality earplugs. They do the job fine. I still have like a 100. I don't know where the rest went.
What is the most unhygienic thing you have done?
9 years old, dropped a milk dud in the movie theater, so pushed my hand the seats to find it. Found it, proceeded to eat it, and it was a fucking Junior Mint. Scars me to this day.
As a kid, don't know why I took a swig from a random soda can left at the sink in a public laundromat. Turns out it had been used as an ashtray and possibly Gypsy too.
While doing a rectal exam to make a pregnancy diagnosis and count, it managed to shit directly into my open mouth.
When I was a toddler, I crawled into the cat box and started playing in the sand. Mom of course had to get pictures before stopping her kid from playing with cat shit.